Hey team, welcome to Hotel Investor Apps. And to get started, we're just going to go through a little quick overview of the system to kind of get your feet wet and to show you some little tips and tricks to make your life easier. So you should have a email from welcome to Hotel Investor Apps with your username. And notice for this initial login, you can use the login button below and select forgot credentials, and you can then receive a temporary password, which will allow you then to update this password. If you are with Hotel Solutions, your administrator for your account can help you with any password related items on there. So, and you're also going to notice here's our website. It's hotelsolutions.hotelinvestorapps.com. So let's go ahead and get started. We're going to hit login. And it's going to bring us up over here. Let me pull that over for us and maximize our screen. So hotelsolutions.hotelinvestorapps.com is our website, and this will bring you into your portal from there. So from here, this has got my information saved, but let me pull up the individual that we're working with. So we're working under Emma, and go ahead and put her password in. And then from here, we will hit sign in. If you did not have a password and needed a temporary password, you would select forget your credentials, and it would walk you through the password changing screen at that time. So we're gonna go ahead and hit sign in. Notice how easy that is. And with it being not where you can be on any type of browser. So I'm on Chrome right now, or you could use Edge or Firefox, whatever you might need to do, you're all set. I'm gonna go ahead and close this out. But okay, this is your main dashboard. This is your home screen for the hotels. And so let me walk through each parts of these sections, and then I'll kind of go into what this dashboard looks like for you. The first thing is this is your home button. So a little Hotel Solutions icon will always bring you back to your dashboard main report. From here now, we have a search bar, and let's say for example, you can put any information in here of where you're trying to get to. So let's say for example, you got a call from Cintas, and they wanted to get some information about a vendor information. So it's not gonna have a menu item, but that would be a transaction. So let's go ahead and select that and look at that. We have the vendor information, we've got corporation information, we've got the bills, and if we selected this, it would then take us directly to that bill, which is very helpful. This is very helpful when vendors call, so you can go ahead and get your details from there with that. I'm gonna close this. The next part is this is where you find what hotel you're at. So for this individual, they only have access to one hotel. But let's say, for example, you are the owner or part of a management company, or you are over VP and you're overseeing multiple hotels. All of your hotels will be listed here, and each one is a separate color to help keep things nice and clean and easy for you to navigate between. We have got our date and time set up here. Your help button. This allows you to open help search right from the screen, and it gives you details about what you see on the screen specifically. So at any screen you're at, you can have a help button, and it's only going to pull information that's on that screen for you. You can always go ahead and use a search bar to find more information, but this is extremely helpful if you have any questions on anything. And the next thing is finally your profile information. So let's say, for example, you needed to update your email address or your password, you would find that under My Profile here. Now, I'm going to go ahead and jump over here to the left-hand side and walk through what are all these things. So the first thing is our dashboard. That's where we're at here. And following that, we have data views. Data views is going to show you different inquiries or different dashboards. This will take you back to your dashboard page. Just specific items that you might find helpful or might need. These are different reports for you to look at, and already all pre-set up here for you. The next module is going to be your daily report. Your daily report, what it is this is where your transactions from your PMS system and your POS system into Hotel Investor Apps is saved. And so with that will be under your daily entry. We'll show this and we'll go over this a little bit more later. Now we have time and expenses. If your property is using the time tracking and time cards in the system, this is where that information will be saved and applied to. Next, we have a finance module. In this case, this individual's role only has access to view journal transactions, that's all. So that's all that they see on this screen. Next we have payables, so any entering in invoices or entering an activity for bills to be paid will be found here under bills and adjustments. And then from there, let's say for example, a vendor calls you and wants to know what their report is. You can then pull this report as well as search up here to find those details very quickly. And finally, we have receivables. This isn't used very much for hotels that we're working with on here, but it does kind of give you the credit terms that are set up there at the property. Now, as you're going through here, let's take a look here. You notice how we have AP balance by vendor with a little star next to it. We have the daily report entry with a star next to it. So what are those stars? Those stars add to your favorites list, and that way you don't have to go through all of these different dashboards and modules to be able to see the things that are just pertinent to you and your hotel and what you want to see. And so you can add a little star there to mark them as a favorite. And if you don't want it there anymore and you're like, okay, I really don't need this AP balance by vendor, I'm not getting that many calls or that much information, you can unselect it and it will now remove it from your favorites list for you. So just want to point that out. That's very, very helpful and make things just easier to navigate in the system. From here, I do want to run back into the daily report and just kind of walk on that because that is so vital to the revenue activity into your property. So what we're going to see here is we're going to go to daily entry. And daily entry is just like a daily report module in which it shows you your activity for the day. And so from here, you can then see, okay, it starts off with your statistics, and your statistics activity is listed out here. Following that then, we have room revenue. I do want to point out this just means that there is formulas in this field and on the field in here. That's completely normal to see the exclamation point. But here we have our room revenue and we have our receipts and payments. Please note at the bottom as you're checking your ledger balances, they're found here under receipts and payments. We have our miscellaneous revenue, non-revenue, and taxes. It's just a tabular form. Once you have a variance of 0, that means that your daily report is in balance and you wanted to send that to somebody. Well, from here we can just hit reports, print daily entry, and then hit send. From here, it is then going to attach this file. You can put in who it needs to go to, the subject line, hit send, all from the screen. You don't have to download anything. It's all set to go for you, which makes it very, very helpful. And that's also found under daily report export. One thing I do want to notice how we are under daily report export. Let's say we needed to go back to daily entry. You can right click, open a new tab, and now it's going to pull up the daily report entry tab for you in here so you can have multiple windows open at one point in time. Now we're not actually on the first, so let's see where hotel activity is recorded. We can select the little magnifying glass, and these are all of your daily reports for you. And that way you can actually go back, you can move forward with the day being out of balance. If a day is out of balance, please, please, please make sure to let your staff accountant know. This way they can go ahead and get moving on what that out of balance might be. So if you, for any reason whatsoever, you see a variance right here, please let your accountant know and we will take care of that for you. All right, so I'm going to head back up to our main screen now, and this is our and kind of touch on the dashboard. So the first thing is the branch ID. The branch ID, every hotel has a specific ID located with it, and that means it's only going to show activity for this particular hotel. So as you notice, all these other branches that are part of this management group, there's all zeros, and they're going to continue to stay zeros because this individual user only has access to their one hotel. Now this gives them a over the last 5 days breakdown according to their daily report of how they did on occupancy, RevPAR, ADR, the revenue, rooms rented, and rev per occupied room. So just kind of a quick snapshot of how they're doing. And then they have a tab that shows them the total for all the hotels in the portfolio, and then their particular hotel right here. And it changes color depending on how far or where they're at compared to budget on a relative scale with that. And then if they wanted to see AP due by vendors, because we have our revenue up top, it is good to see what our expenses are looking at. They can have, we have this set up for them to pull the first 15 or so items, so that way they can just get a kind of a general idea of who is outstanding at this point in time. All right, well, I hope that you found this video helpful for just a quick general overview of hotel investor apps. If you do have any questions, please reach out to your accountant or the Hotel Investor App team. We are here to help you, and thank you so much for your time. Have a great day.